The Royal Ghost is one of the most unique troops in the entire Clash universe, being the only troop who can turn invisible and completely avoid any troop attacks until he attacks them first from the shadows. He is a gruelsome troop to be reckoned with, and a troop of this caliber deserves his very own origin story, so stay tuned as part 3 of the Wallbreaker's origin story continues in the final episode inside of the Royal Ghost origin story. Shortly after the witch removed the curse from the Wallbreaker and transferred a curse to the Clash Royale king, the Wallbreaker ended up learning to throw his bomb rather than bear hugging it before it exploded. This was absolutely great news for the Wallbreaker, who could now be a super powerful and unique troop in the Clash Royale arenas. However, the king on the other hand was not so lucky. When the smoke lifted from his side, he looked less like his original self, and by that I mean you could see through him, like a ghost. The king's ghost looked down at his hands and looked up, asking himself, "What have I done?" The king felt so embarrassed and powerless that he couldn't even bring himself to go back to the Clash Royale arenas. He felt that his brothers, the other kings, would not be very accepting of his new self, and would look down on him forever. So the Ghost King decided that he wasn't going to go back, so instead of showing the troops how to get back, he took them almost all the way there, and once they were in sight of the arena, the king pointed and showed them where it was, and then he told the troops to go on without him and that he would catch up with them later. So the troops kept making their way to the arena while the king stood there, with no intentions of ever following them. The Red and Blue King were so excited to see all the new troops. After giving them a short training and orientation on how things were done in the Clash Royale arenas, the troops were off to the races and started battling it out in the arenas. All while this was happening, the other king, that was turned into a ghost, found a nearby abandoned castle where he started to make it his home. He had even paid some other troops to bring him all of his personal treasures and personal belongings, and for many years the king stayed in this castle, just tiredly sitting there, doing absolutely nothing. He just kept thinking to himself how the kings would never welcome him back like this, and how they only even needed 2 kings to do the battles anyways. And it went like this for nearly 3 years. At a certain point though, the Ghost King started to wonder if his brothers or the other kings even cared about him, because from his castle he would always watch them, and he noticed that they never ever tried looking for him. They never sent out a search party or looked sad or did anything to try and find their long lost brother. So the Ghost King took this pretty hard and felt betrayed by his 2 other brothers, and thought to himself that they never even cared for him, which made a bit of sense since they were always the competitive type, but he felt that when it comes to losing a brother that they would put aside their differences and actually care for their lost brother, or at least look a little bit sad, rather than just moving on and trying to destroy each other. And when the Ghost King thought of that, an idea hit him. If his brothers didn't care about him and only cared about destroying each other, then the Ghost King would give them a taste of their own medicine. He then decided that he was done sitting around in his empty castle and that it was time that he paid his brothers in the Clash Royale arena a visit. So he phased through the castle walls and then decided to make a grand entrance by popping up in front of a Hog Rider push in the Clash Royale arenas. He wound up shocking the entire crowd, but most importantly he shocked the kings. He then went on to destroy the King Tower to truly show the king who was boss. The Ghost King realized that he had a really powerful ability and that he could use it to not only dominate troops in the Clash Royale arena, but also dominate his brothers with. So with his new disappearing ability, he became a legendary card that could change the tide of any battle, with the final goal of taking out the King's Towers. He was definitely a troop that you want on your team. In the arena, since he was a Ghost King, the other troops later started to call him the Royal Ghost. And that there is the story of how the Royal Ghost was brought into the world of Clash. I really hope you guys did enjoy the story. If you did, don't forget to drop a thumbs up on the video, and if you guys want to stay tuned for a live attack with a I believe my 3rd ever face cam, maybe 3rd or 4th, you guys can go ahead and stick around for that. But that is it for the story, so if that's all you came for, then you're more than welcome to go ahead and click away from the video right now. But if you guys do choose to stay, I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in 2 seconds. Hey, welcome back you guys. So we're going to go ahead and hop into one of our live battles of today, and I'm thinking we're actually going to switch up today's deck. Last time I used this one here, which is a pretty cheap 3.0, sort of like a cycle log bait deck, or arrow bait, whatever you want to call it. I think I'm going to switch it up and try this 5.0 deck. I just switched it up a bit to throw in this rocket because I really need something to deal with the Executioner and the Sparky because those things have been absolutely killing me. I might upgrade it later on if we win a few battles here. But anyways, let's just go ahead, hop in, and try and fill up this last empty chest slot. Alright, so we're going to get into a game here. Let me just quickly make sure I'm actually recording. Don't want to have another mishap again where I play a battle, play absolutely amazing, and then turns out I wasn't recording the entire time and no one gets to see it. Alright, so we're just going to play our 3 Musketeers, see what he has to deal with that, see if he just got a Fireball, Poison, Lightning, or maybe we'll be lucky enough and he won't have any of those. He might also just not have them inside of his hand right now, or his starting deck, so I do have to be careful of that. And I think I'm going to play it a little bit slow, just try and get an idea for what he has. And then we're just going to play a bit of defense until closer to double elixir time. I am going to have to deal with that princess, which is going to be really annoying because I chose to use a zap instead of using my, what's it called, my log. So I'm just going to go ahead and pretty much have to sacrifice that witch. And I'm going to turn it into a little bit of a push here just by throwing that miner ahead of it to tank. So he does have a Royal Ghost. I have absolutely no way of defending this Royal Ghost or the Bandit, so I'm going to end up eating a lot of damage here. Unless I want to rocket all this. You know what, I'm just going to rocket all of it, because honestly I didn't really have any other defense to it. And I think if you added up the Bandit and then the Royal Ghost, I think there's 3 elixir each, so that would be 6. So actually it's not too bad of an elixir trade. Just took a bit more damage on my tower than would have been ideal. But of course it is still better than losing that entire tower. Alright, so we're getting closer to the double elixir time, so that's when I can start making my big pushes here. So I'm going to go ahead and save my golem up for that, and I actually don't mind if I take a ton of damage on my towers right now, because I will be able to easily deal with that. So he does have a Royal Ghost incoming, so I'm going to play my 3 Musketeers here. I really hate this 3 second delay timer for it to actually spawn, because they absolutely suck on defense now. They can't defend anything before like they get taken out or before they like do too much damage on my tower, which is really unfortunate, but I guess it was a nerf that had to happen because they were way too powerful beforehand. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and play my miner in now to destroy that princess, or not destroy, kill, I guess. Kill the princess just so I don't have to deal with that later. And I really do want to save up for this big push, but this guy's making it really difficult to do that right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and play my golem in the very back right now. And then honestly I'm just going to soak whatever damage he throws at either of my towers. And I am going to actually have to defend this bandit because a bandit can almost take out an entire tower by herself. So I'm going to have to throw down that the minions to defend that. And then he hasn't used a fireball or any sort of spell yet, so at least I don't think he has. Unless my memory is just absolutely awful. So I'm going to go ahead and build up a really big push here, and then I'm going to sort of split push on this side too. I'm going to have to zap this tower so that it focuses on my miner, and hopefully I'll be able to take out both towers here. Alright, so it looks like everything is going pretty well so far. I do have to defend this bandit. I'm not going to be able to defend the bandit because I have nothing to put on the ground, so they might end up taking that tower. Lucky for me, they actually don't, and just taking that one tower is going to be enough to win it, so I was fully expecting to have to push for that 3 crown or that second tower there, but I guess that works out a little bit better, and even leaves me with a bit more time to do one more attack. I believe if we win this, we get, we don't get any more. I think my camera may have cut out there for a second. If it did, I don't know why, but anyways, I'll just go ahead, hop into one more battle here. Let's go ahead and try a different deck, and I'll play in this classic challenge since I do have to finish it. I'm gonna use, this is my favorite deck. I really wish I had this deck at a higher level, but unfortunately none of my cards are high enough, and the only like legendary cards that are viable for me are pretty much my princess and my miner. I think it's like level 12 and level 12 and level 13, but none of my other troops are high enough. Like my Ram Rider is only like level 9, and that will get destroyed in ladder. Alright, I was a little too focused there, or distracted actually, and forgot to deal with those spear goblins. So we're just going to let those do their thing, and then we're going to Goblin Barrel, Barbarian Barrel. Man, I can't get the names right for any of these things today. We're going to play that. He's going to get one hit on the tower, which is a lot better than I would have expected or hoped for. And we're just going to play it slow, play our Baby Dragon in the back, and then I'm going to play my P.E.K.K.A on top of this Mega Knight here. He's also got a Bandit too. The P.E.K.K.A should be able to deal with each of those guys pretty easily. And then with him. Alright, the P.E.K.K.A has about enough health, so I'm going to go ahead and play the Dark Prince behind that. And then I'm going to snowball all of this. Just, I was hoping my Dark Prince would be able to connect with that wizard there, but he doesn't. So I think I'm going to wait for the wizard to pass the bridge, and then I'm going to play my barbarian barrel here. And there we go. So I'm going to soak one attack for that, and my barbarian should be close enough to the tower to actually get one hit off. Yep. Alright, now we're just gonna, I think we're gonna go ahead and play the Ram Rider in the back here, and he's gonna probably play a Skarmy to defend this, so I'm gonna get ready with my poison spell once he does play it. Or you know, I'm gonna go ahead and anticipate it and see what happens. Huh, okay. Don't know where that Skarmy went, but I guess that works out too, because my Ram Rider did connect and actually do a ton of damage, so that's gonna be okay. I'm gonna have to zap all of this, and then I'm gonna have to, instead of playing my P.E.K.K.A, I'm gonna just play the Dark Prince, because the tower helping out should be enough, I would think. And I'll be able to save my P.E.K.K.A for the future. Alright, so a poison spell and a snowball should be able to take out that last tower, so I don't really have to worry about that. I'm gonna go ahead and play my P.E.K.K.A here to sort of soak the damage from that bandit. Probably shouldn't have used my P.E.K.K.A there, because I probably should have saved that for the Mega Knight. But what, I guess it's a little too late for that. I'm gonna go ahead and play my baby dragon for the first time in this whole battle, actually. And shoot, okay, he's playing a lot of stuff here. I don't know how I want to deal with this. I'm gonna go ahead, play my Electro Wizard, get that baby dragon to retarget. The tower on this right side is gonna go down. I was about to play that poison, but then I realized I had my baby dragon there, so that works out even better. I'm just gonna go ahead and push the left side. It doesn't look like this guy's going to be able to put up too much of a fight, since I have pretty much a counter to every one of his troops. So that should pretty much be game. We'll see if we can even get that left tower, and if we do, that'll be great. And that's pretty much going to be game. And yeah, so that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you drop a like. And you guys have been commenting a lot below, saying that you guys really like this face cam and then the live attacks at the end of the videos. So I'm going to keep trying to do this. I'm going to try and do face cams in other videos too, even the ones that aren't story videos. So I'm going to keep trying that. Keep leaving suggestions down below though, because a subscriber is actually one of the people who suggested I do face cams. I can't remember who exactly it was. There was actually quite a few people. But I do go into the comments and read all of your guys' suggestions, so if you have any at all, even on a story idea or anything like that, just let me know in the comments below, and I will definitely go through it and read them, and I might end up even using some of the suggestions. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I will talk to you guys next time. Peace out.